Hi guys, welcome back to the Yorkshire Modeller. We have got issue 26 of Hachette Partworks Battleship Bismarck. So guys, thanks for bearing with me over the last few weeks while I've been on holiday. Issue 26 is back to normal now, so we're going to be doing the videos every Thursday for the Bismarck, as I said in issue 25. With issue 26, we get the next section of the superstructure, which is the forward bridge deck, which is actually pretty big. I'm happy with that. We get some fire hoses, which look pretty good. Then we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plant on details for the bridge deck, which are all there. We get the green LED, which is going to go onto this as well. Then the connector for it to attach it onto the superstructure, and then the little sticker that we get wraps around the cable, and it's got B5 written on it, and that just gets wrapped around the cable. So I'm guessing so that at a later date we know where we're putting this when we get the next circuit board, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll get the camera reset up and we'll start the build for issue 26. So as I've said, these are all the bits that we get with issue 26. We do also get 2 more PB screws. I'm not going to open them like I normally do just yet, because they will attach this connector part once it's got the LED in it. So I want to make sure that that's all, I don't lose the screw. So I'm just going to put that off to one side next to the sticker. What I am going to do is, I've got my tools here, so bring these in. And then get me super glue pot ready. Go. And as I said in the video for 25, I'm going to get a fresh cocktail stick as well. So now, what it does say on the instructions is the accessories D1 to D10, which are on this sprue just here, are small. It's advisable to work on 1 or 2 at a time. Identify them from the photos, then cut them from the plastic frame. Smooth any rough edges, check the fit before applying the glue. So what I'm going to do is, they're all individually numbered. So I don't know whether you'll be able to make it out on camera, but each of these little pegs that's like there has got a little number on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each one out. Excuse me. Whew. Hay fever's killing me at the minute. So that's part 1. And then just line them all up, so I know which one is which. And I'm only going to do up to part number 5. So I'm going to do D1 through to D5 to begin with. And then just get the other ones off the sprue as well. But these ones I am going to put off to a side. Now some of these ones are on the sprue on an angle, so try and cut them, that's 10, at a similar angle, so you're not going through and cutting off bits of plastic that you don't need to cut off. So that's all of those bits off the sprue. There we are. Right, so now then, we get the superstructure deck that we get this week, so the bridge will sit across here, and I'll show you this on the parts that we've already got as well once I've got all the bits on. So place the bridge deck 26.1, that's this bit, on your worktop. Cut the two rain hoods D1 and D6 from the plastic frame and fit them to the forward end of the port side as shown. So, port side, if you're facing it that way, port side, if you're facing the front of the ship, it's always on your left. And fit them to the end of the forward end of the port side as shown. So, on this side here, that's your angled bit, and it's this hole there, and that hole there. So that's D1, and that's D6. So, D1, D6. So, grab a little bit of glue. So that's in there. And then part D1 looks like it just slots straight in. Yes, it does. So D1 just sits straight in there, just there like that. And then do exactly the same thing with part D6. Now, if you find it easier to hold these in with tweezers, absolutely feel free. I just find it easier to begin with, just using fingers. So that's that bit done. The next two parts fit on the angled side of the forward end of the bridge deck, so that's just this bit here. Fit the storage locker D7 onto the front recess, noting the alignment of the locker. So the hinges look like they face towards the stern, according to this. And then fit door D9 into the second recess, so the hinges on the doors fit into the recesses on the left hand side. So what I'll do, I'll get part D7, noting the alignment. So D7 goes in the very front hole just there. So get a fair bit of glue in that hole. And then glue it in with the hinges facing back. There we go. So the door hinges are facing backwards and the handles facing towards the front. And then D9, which is this one. And the hinges on this have to sit into the recessed part as well. So go. D9 will slot in there nicely like that. So that's part D7 there and D9 just there. Next page of the instructions. Moving around to the front of the bridge deck, so we're onto this flat part just here. Fit the door D4 and the storage unit D2. Again, note the position of the hinges on the door. So the when you're looking straight at the part like that, the hinges will go on the right. Hang on, no, they won't. If you're looking straight at the part, the hinges will go on the left-hand side. There are two little, I don't know whether you can make it out on the camera actually. Yes, you can just about. There's two little nubs that are obviously made as little markers for the hinges to go into. So, bit of super glue. And that one is part D4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that part sits in there nice and snug. And then D2, which is this part with the two little pegs on it. If I hold it like that, that's a little bit better. That goes into these two slots up here, and then the one straight beneath it as well. So just trying to get everything glued in nicely. There we go. And then, so what I did just there to glue it in was glue the two pegs at the top in first, and then it should just plop down so that box there just goes straight in and sits nicely there. So that's that part done. Then at the rear of the bridge deck, on the port side, fit door D5, ensuring the hinges are positioned as shown. So that is, once again, on this side here, and it's this hole just right at the back there, and that's part D5. Now D5 has got a little bit of like a weird shaped handle on it. I don't know whether you'll be able to pick that out on the camera. Yeah, you kind of can. So that just shows you that it's the right part. Same as always. Dab of glue. And then this one has also got little indentations so that you know that you're putting the door in the right way around. Then D3, which also it looks quite similar to D5. Whoops, nearly. Goes in the same hole but on the starboard side. That's in there. Same thing again, just pop that down and into the hole, so that one's in. And then on the angled wall on the starboard side, so we're back round onto here now. Fit door D10 and storage locker D8. These are mirror images of the parts fitted in step 2. So, part D10, which is the flatter door, goes into this hole just here. Because you've got two that are cut on, that I've put on a slight angle by the look of it. I'm going to need some more glue in a minute. There we go, that's better. There we are. So, just a decent blob of glue so that we can put each of these doors in and know that they're not going to fall off. That's one. There we are. And then the last one for this sprue at least is part D8. Is it D8? I think it is. Yes, it is D8. This one is not a door. This one's a storage locker. So, and then the same with this one. Make sure the hinges are facing aft. So towards the back of what we've just done. So those two parts should go on there looking like that. That's all those bits done and dusted. I'm just going to get some more super glue though for this next bit. So, next we've got the 4 fire hoses. So, take the superstructure deck, which we've already done. So that's this one here. The first fire hose, E1, is fitted to the port side. So if I find E1, now these I'm going to cut off one at a time. So part E1 is fitted to the forward port side on part 21.6. Check the fit and glue in as shown. So those two holes, that two is right. So what we're looking at here then is the very front part of the deck on the port side, where we've got these two little holes here, those two little holes there. It's that one there with the circular hole and the little rectangular kind of hole for a peg. That's where we're putting this one. So if I put a dab of glue on there, and then it needs to be put on with the tree-like bit, so the white part there facing straight up. So if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, imagine the white tree at Gondor. You've got one peg and then loads of little parts coming out. The parts that all come out like that have to point straight up. So when you're looking straight at the part, the red bit is on your right hand side. Oh, move that over. So the red line there is on the right hand side facing backwards. Fire hose E3, which is that one. It's fitted to the forward port side of the deck section. Check the fit and glue in. So that is where we put the life buoy there in the last video. It's that little hole just there. So the hole's shaped exactly the same as the first one, but this one is on an angle. Obviously, we're trying to get the part to fit in properly. And it's exactly the same with this one. When you put the little part in, make sure that the red hinge is facing towards the back, so facing towards that little life buoy. Then part E4, which is the other angled piece, fits exactly the same on the starboard side. There we go. And same again. This time the red bit's going to be facing away, so that just needs to keep facing towards the stern. So that goes on like that. Little life buoy there from last time, and then that's your fire hose. And then part E2 is fitted onto the starboard side in a little hole just there. It's all, you know, they're all positioned very, the mirror images basically of each other on each side. And then that's facing that way as well. So, with those fire hoses, when it comes to the port side, they're going to, if you imagine them actually opening up, they open up towards the stern of the ship. So the little red hinge should always face the stern, whereas on the starboard side, that little red hinge will face the bow. So they still open the same way, but obviously you're on the other side of the ship. And that's all the plant-on bits and bits we need to glue on for this one. Now, if we bring in the first side light, this part. So if I move that over there, get that out of the way, undo the piping on this. So, the side lights are known as navigation lights, green for starboard and red for port. Take the cable, carefully remove the cable label from its backing. Wrap the cable label around the socket at the end, away from the LED, stick the ends together. So, take the label with the B5 written on it, peel that back, and I'm just going to peel it back halfway. And then what you do is put the cable into the white bit in the middle of that sticky label, like that. And then you can peel back the backing paper, so that's gone. You've got the little label on there, and then you just fold that label around, and it's all glued to itself. Then we bring in the connector part, which is this little bit here. Fit the LED into the LED holder as shown. So that clips into there, that way around. So just clip that into there. Right way, there it is. So there's like a little rectangular hole in the actual connector part, and that just clipped there. The LED itself just presses into that. And then turn the bridge deck upside down, taking care not to dislodge any of the parts we've fitted. Fit the LED holder onto the raised socket on the starboard side, indicated by the arrow. So you've got your deck, you flip it over like that, and then this bit that we've just done goes on this side. So it goes, when the deck's upside down, it goes on your left hand side, and it's just a tiny little screw hole just there that it goes into. So that clips in there. Let's make sure it does actually clip in. There we go. So that's in. And now we bring in the oldie faithful screws. Get rid of them. There we go. And then we'll just take one of these and into the screw hole just at the top of the part there. Attach that in like that. That's all attached. So now we have a light, and I think it will come out of that little tiny hole there, and we'll have like a bulb or something on the side there. Yeah, looks like we'll have like a little clear plastic part that will go there that will shine out the green light when it's all done. And that is the completed work for this week. So everything done. Right then guys, sorry that was a longer video. It seems like we've had a few quick short ones, and then we've had one massively long one. So the parts we've done this week are all attached on there. Now in terms of the deck that we've done up to now, so this is all the parts we've had. I'm guessing that will hook down through there. That's where I'm putting it for now myself anyway. And then that will clip on there like that. So she's going to be a beast, isn't she? But yeah, so that's all attached. When we get these two 15cm guns and the Bruno gun that goes there, it's really going to start getting some weight again to it. Like I said in the last video, I am going to pick out some of the portholes with black and white paint, just on a cocktail stick, just dab it on. Just so that we've got, you know, some life, and it looks like it's not just a load of grey plastic. I am really impressed with it so far. I put it in the bottom of all my videos. You know, I'm not sponsored by any of these magazine companies, whether it's Hachette for the Bismarck, whether it's Eagle Moss for the Aston Martin. I'm not sponsored by any of them. I'm just a model builder, and I love doing this kind of thing. And so yeah, it's I'm really happy with this one. Aston Martin hopefully will pick up soon, because it's a bit awkward that we've not had many parts that we can do like we have with this, where we get bits every week we can put together. That just seems to be a little bit staggered at the moment. But it'll all come. Issue 27, we get the next, the fourth keel section and a connector. We'll also receive the LED and LED holder for the other side, so for the port side, the red one, and hopefully we'll be attaching that in the next week's video as well. So that's issue 26. It's good to be back on a Thursday. I'm really happy that we're back up to speed with everything after me being away. So yeah, back to normality now. Issue 27 will be up, as always, next Thursday morning. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the Yorkshire Modeller if you want to see more sort of geeky videos, more model building. If you have already subscribed, remember to click on the bell icon and change it from personalised to all. That way you'll get a notification every time I upload anything, which, as I've said before, Mondays for Aston Martin, Thursdays for Bismarck, and then I'm going to try and sneak a few other things in there. Maybe a Mjolnir or a Stormbreaker build. Me and an old school friend and my wife are planning on going to London Comic Con next year, so I've got to get one of them done. I'm not sure which, but we'll see. We'll see. One of them will be done. And there'll obviously be a vlog video for that when that comes around next year anyway. But until next Thursday, happy modelling, guys.